Well, that time of year again, we got to go get water because it's hot and dry and it's not raining. So as you can see, everything is pretty much dying out there. So our poor garden, we've been watering it as much as we can, but it's just it's struggling too. We've gotten a couple squash and a few cucumbers, and we're starting to get some tomatoes on there, but it's been dry for too long. It's been hard to keep it going. So I didn't really need the water right now. We're at a little over about 1,000 gallons, but I needed something to do because it's too hot to work outside. So having this tilt bed has been great. So you can see I can get it tilted up and get the maximum amount of water out of it. I just need to remember to strap it down to the trailer because I didn't do that and it has blown out before. Luckily it's plastic and it just bounces. But anyways, having that trailer has been just amazing. I can get all but just a couple gallons out of the bottom by being able to tilt it up like that. So if you ever get a chance to buy one, we've used it nonstop all over the place on the farm, from hauling rock to hauling lumber to, we haven't hauled animals in it yet, but that's probably coming, to hauling water. It's just been great. Back to our water issues. So if you remember, the pressure tank went out on us and it had a 5-year warranty. I spent the last, I don't know how many weeks trying to get that warrantied out. And I mentioned before how much I hate doing warranties because no one ever wants to honor them. So I think it's been 4 weeks, maybe somewhere around there, and getting bounced back and forth from person to person. It's a 5-year warranty. This morning I kind of lost it because after waiting and calling and being patient and telling me that the warranty is good, the manufacturer no longer creates this particular pressure tank. They don't create any more parts for it, yet they're still selling it at Tractor Supply. It's 85-gallon Country Line pressure tank. So they said just take it back to the store. They got me in touch with some higher end customer service who said they would take care of it. That was 11 days ago. Haven't heard anything from them. Emailed them yesterday, got no response, started calling again today. The lady I got a hold of was adamant that it was only a 1-year warranty, even though the website says a 5-year warranty, and she proceeded to tell me that there's nothing they can do for us. I need to just suck it up and go on with life. And didn't go over very well with me. So had it out with her, escalated it to a higher person. Then went ahead, once we hung up, I went ahead and called another, I think I called Country Line. And then they said, no, it's a 5-year warranty. The website said it's a 5-year warranty. So anyways, I finally got them able to where I can take this back to the store and just get a refund on it. So if you remember the last time I worked on this, I'd replaced this tank, which is the bad tank. I'd actually try and figure out why our water pressure was so bad, and I took this out and realized that the bladder inside was failed. So how these work is there's a bladder, basically a big balloon in here that blows up, and there's a 40 gallons or 40 psi pressure here in the top, which correlates to your pressure gauge on there on your water line. So this would fill up with water, the pressure in the tank would push back, it creates it to where your pump doesn't have to turn on so much. So the larger the tank you have, the less cycles your pump will do, which is important for us being off grid. We don't want it to cycle a lot because when it cycles it's just using power. You know, a pump uses quite a lot of power, but also it will wear the pump out faster. So anyways, I had the bright idea that I was going to not only remove this tank that was bad, but I was going to put a new one on the upper level, which is right up there. So I bought the exact same tank because I went back to the store and they wouldn't warranty it at the store, so I had to get a whole new tank, just paid for it outright. And I installed it up higher thinking that, well, the pressure tank's higher, that should get more pressure to the house. Granted, the house has got pressure, but I don't know if it's just because we have a new pressure tank in there or if it's because actually getting it higher up. Because if you think about it, if the whole line's supposed to be pressurized the same, the gauge is down here low, so any water above the pump, the higher you go up, the less pressure you're going to get. So that tank that I put up there probably is not actually filling up to the total amount of PSI because it's 10 feet higher than where the pump is. So the more I think about it, I think putting that up there probably didn't do me any good at all. I need to move the pump up higher, I think is what I need to do. So anyways, back to what we're trying to do today is that I need to take the bad tank, take it back to Tractor Supply so they can give me a refund. I need to take the good tank that's up above and put it down below, because when I tried to just install the good tank, the pump down here just cycled and cycled and cycled like crazy, and it needed to have some sort of place to, some sort of expansion tank basically, so that the pressure could build up, and otherwise it was just flopping back and forth. The tank wouldn't shut off, it was just going crazy. So to prevent that from happening, I gotta take the tank upstairs, put it down here, take that tank, load it up, take it back to Tractor Supply. That one I know is full of water, ridiculously heavy. I'm really hoping the one up there, which was a struggle getting that in, I had to basically roll it up this ladder here. I did it, wasn't fun. I'm hoping I can bring it down the same way. Now if that bladder has gone out, because our water pressure has been acting funny again, so if that one is out, I'm not bringing a 300-pound tank down there is not going to be very easy. I'll probably drop it or something. And if that one's out, then I gotta go through the whole warranty BS again, which is no fun. But anyways, the next one I'm gonna get is a Wellex Troll, which is a much more expensive tank, but the reviews are a lot better on them. I figured that the Tractor Supply one, I would get a good at least 5+ years out of it, which would have been okay. We got less than a year out of this one before we started having issues. It's been 16 months, I think, somewhere around there since we installed it, and I got to replace it, and I just should have got something better. So anyways, I'm going to try and get this uninstalled now, and hopefully it goes well and I don't drop a tank on me. Okay, I'm up top, and it's hot, getting really hot. I don't like the hot. But I got the other tank taken out. Went a lot easier than I thought. I thought it was going to go. But now I've got to get this pressure tank out up here. And when I did the install, I should have put a shut off right there, and I didn't for whatever reason. So I've got a shark bite one, so I can cut it, use the vacuum to suck up any water that's coming out, push this on while it's closed, and then I'll be good to go. And then if I ever use this again, I'll have a piece sticking out that I can hook onto. And then this piece right there is the exact same coupling that I used on the one down below. So I should be able to just unscrew this and then very simply get it down the ladder, not simple so much, and screw it into the part down there. And if all that goes well, then I can turn the water back on. And hopefully this tank has not blown up on us already, which it shouldn't, but they seem to be pieces of crap. So never buy one of these again, that's for sure. This has been a hassle. Well, what you've just experienced is the stupidity of man. I got it up there and struggled, and I really thought that once I got over that first hump, I could get my arms around it and grab onto the ladder like I did when I brought it up. Well, that first, I don't know, 6-inch drop or so, it got away from me and down it went. Luckily though, you can see where it landed here. It landed on the rubber base. So, and the base seems to be fine, but it broke my flooring here. Yeah. Oops. But I'm glad I had that here, otherwise it would have landed on my pipes and probably would have broken something. The water would have been going all over the place. Luckily when it fell, it hit a soft spot, broke that floor, which that's a really tough floor to break. That's 3/4 inch OSB flooring, so that's pretty tough to break. But it just hit the plastic and it's up there good and sturdy. Luckily it didn't land on that and break that off or anything. So good to go. I hope I'll go ahead and get it in place, and hopefully I'm done doing dumb man stuff for the day. Well, I still got to load that one up, and it's several hundred pounds, so I guess I still have one more opportunity to do something stupid only a guy would do. Alright, pump's running, everything's back in place. Don't see any leaks. So it should be good to go now. The only damage is the hole in my floor now. Pretty sure I can fix that. Hey, just left Tractor Supply and everything went smooth there. Took the return. They found the receipt without a problem, which I find interesting because I went through the first time. They're like, oh, our system doesn't go back that far. But when I got there and got a hold of the manager, he was already in the system looking at the receipt. So I had it on my phone and he actually had it already pulled up on the computer. So although I'm not happy with how the whole thing was handled with Tractor Supply and Country Line and all that, I will say that their system as far as keeping everyone informed is actually pretty darn good, because every time I called back, they had the notes, they knew what was going on. The lady I talked to this morning who said that my warranty was no good, I had called Country Line and they said no, just call the store. We'll do a three-way, make sure it's taken care of. By the time I had called the store, which was 15 minutes later, maybe 10-15 minutes later, the manager was already reading the email that said to call me because I'd asked for a supervisor, someone higher than the girl I was talking to. Well, I guess they had sent the email to the manager at the local store who was going to call me. So he had the email, he was reading it when I called him this morning. But anyways, everything's taken care of. Should get refunded to my credit card. Picked up 20 bags of pine shavings because we got a bunch of new chicks getting ready to hatch. And then we're going to have the baby goats coming up here. And although that's months away, these 20 bags will last us until they show up anyways. I think we're down to 1 bag left right now. So we use that for the chicken coop, and then mainly for the chicken coop right now. Works better than anything else. So if you buy 20 bags, you get a discount. So we always buy 20 bags at a time. But anyways, the water pump and everything's hooked back up and working fine. The more I think about it, me putting that pressure tank up high wasn't going to do anything. The pressure tank just holds pressure in the line, but overall the whole line is the same pressure anyway. So having it up higher really wouldn't have increased my pressure higher up. Plus the elevation of it even being 10 feet higher means that tank would have had less pressure put into it anyways. So the whole thing was just, I don't think it would have made a difference. We'll find out now that we're down to just the pressure tank is back down on the main level. We'll be able to tell here in the next, by tonight anyways, if the pressure is different or not. So it'll be interesting. And then I think if we're still having pressure issues, the only other thing I can think of would be to take the actual pump and raise the pump up onto the mezzanine, so it's up, what, 8 feet or so, and then see what that does for us. But should be up and running, everything should be good. Natalie was glad I got the water back on because she went down to the animals, and the chickens had already blown through all their water and the goats were halfway out. You know, we've got these 100-degree temperatures and we're just burning through water like crazy, trying to keep the animals with water, get the garden going, trying to keep that alive, and then plus our own water usage. Summer in Kansas, it's always hot and always dry.